I talk about meditation. I uh, uh, motivate people to sit for meditation and guide them for meditation. So here I am. So this whole scenario, the whole session will be, I'm not going to talk about talk and talk and talk. This will be an interactive session. Are you all okay with interactive session? सबके वीडियोस फिर से ऑफ हो गए. I just request you humbly to start your videos. I cannot talk to people with, blank. I mean, there is a blank screen. I can't address like this. Please
Yes,
start
ma'am.
your videos. This is my humble request. Okay. So let us have an interactive session, and I want you, all of you, to use the chat box. Would you? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll start with a question. What do you really need in life, or what are you looking for in your life? We can start in chat box. What are you looking for in your life? आप जीवन में क्या क्या चाहते हैं? वीडियोस अगर ऑन रखेंगे तो you will be able to write and you will be able to interact also. Okay, you want consistency. Okay, what else you are looking for in life? Dr. Sindhua says, lead a peaceful life. Okay, good health. Harshada says, good health, mental satisfaction and happiness. Okay, Dalip says only happiness. Okay, mental satisfaction. What else? Good career. Okay, peaceful, right? So we want a very peaceful life. We want consistency. We don't want any ups and downs in our life. We want achievements, and then we want prosperity. So everybody is looking for a peaceful life, achievement, success in life, good health, a great motivation. This is what you all want, and this is what the whole world wants. Why are we looking for it? Because achievements, peacefulness, health, good career, a beach house, somebody's written a beach house. These all things, they promise us happiness and freedom. They promise us that if you achieve something, if you are successful, if you are peaceful, if you have a beach house, you are going to be very happy and you are going to be free from the rest of the world. Whatever material or spiritual word promises us happiness or freedom, we look for it. And there have been instances when we were peaceful, we got freedom, we got wealth also, we were happy also, we were in perfect state of health also, perfect state of mind also. There have been times, but still we are at times unhappy. Most of us, we get unhappy. So why do we get unhappy? What is the reason that we get unhappy? हम खुश क्यों नहीं हैं? Why are we unhappy? Why do we get unhappy? I really need answers. The more clarity you'll have, why do you get unhappy, the better the interactive session will be for you. Why do we get unhappy? Because we do not achieve desired results. One answer. Good. Because we are not satisfied whatever we are having, dissatisfaction, not happy with the desired results. What else? We want more, perfect. What else? Lack of motivation in life, okay? More expectations, desire changes, more and more desires, okay? What else? Politics, yes. External things control me, yes. Lack of discipline, perfect. Good answers, intelligent audience. We get unhappy because we have desires, at times for poor health, at times we have anger, we make others unhappy, we are unhappy. We have relationship problems, and then we have professional problems. These all things make us unhappy. But I have a question for you. Where does this unhappiness exist? Where does it exist? Happiness and unhappiness. If you look at someone, you can't make out all the time that he's very unhappy at home. You look at your boss, he says he's always bossing you around and he must be the happiest person on this earth. But happy or unhappiness, where do they exist? Batao? In our mind? In the state of our mind? Yes, it is in our mind. Where else? Within? We are not happy because we do not love ourselves. If we love ourselves, then only we have the motivation and aim in life. It exists only temporarily, but we always treat it as a permanent thing, as if we are going to unhappy forever in our life. It so it proves that it is in our minds. All unhappiness and all happiness, it exists in our mind. Freedom will also exist in our minds. Now, that means you have a mind besides your body. There is a different dimension in you that is your mind, but which is different from your body. You don't say my unhappiness and happiness is in my body. But when I say who you are, then you say I am this. How many of you have heard about Adi Shankaracharya? अगर वीडियोस ऑन होंगे तो हाथ ऐसे पे दिखाई देंगे ना मेरे को. वीडियोस के बगैर कैसे दिखाई देंगे? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो अबाउट आदि शंकराचार्य? इफ यू रियली नो द संस्कृति ऑफ आवर कंट्री. Adi Shankaracharya, he was a saint in 2500, I mean, around 2500 years back. Say 100 BC or 200 BC, he was here in our country, and he was a very renowned saint. And you know what he says? He says everything on this earth, everything. Like, you people are very technical, you all have studied physics, and I'm very sure quantum physics must be your one of the favorite subject. And quantum physics also says everything on this earth is a combination of two things: matter and energy. Of course, when you go very deeply, and now even scientists have started proving that everything is only energy, but as a quantum physics and as a our all saints, old saints, they say we are a combination of matter and energy. Now, matter means it has an image and it has a name. Like, if I say this is Alka, the Alka has a face and a image. If I second time, if I look at her picture, or if I meet her in Sangrur, I will say, oh, this is Alka, because Alka has image and it has a name. We all have an image and a name, but we are so stuck in this image and name, and we have no idea we are something beyond it. We are not only matter, we are energy, and that energy has 5 levels in us. And one of the level is the mind. The first level of our whole being, our existence, is first level is the mind. Mind is very subtle. Mind is not as solid as our body is. It's not as solid as our name. Name is also not solid, but it appears to be solid. But our body appears to be solid, but it has doesn't have that big a significance with what we have made out to. Though when we say my happiness and unhappiness and all emotions and whatever I feel in my life exist in mind, then here for next say 10, 15, 20 minutes, we will only focus on our minds. Is it okay with you, everyone? Right? So mind has certain tendencies. Now these all tendencies are universal. They are not like my, we can't say, oh, Indians think like this or Americans think like this is everybody's, more than 6 billion people all over the world, they think alike. They have the same systems of thinking and the same tendencies. Now the first tendency of our mind is, okay, I'll ask you a question before I tell you what are the tendencies of our mind. I have a not a question, but I want all of you to close your eyes for just 30 seconds. Close your eyes, 30 seconds, and think of an event which makes you very sad, unhappy, or guilty. You are full of guilt. Okay, open your eyes. Where does this event exist? Where does this event exist? Gone, or is it going on? Is it gone, or right now it is going on? This event
It
happened,
happened.
gone.
Gone.
Yes. मेरी आवाज गूंज रही है क्या? नहीं. No, this event has gone. It happened yesterday. It happened day before, a month back, or 2 years, 10 years, must be 20 years back, or it happened when I was 5 years old, but it has happened. Any event in our life which has gone, it makes us sad. Even happy memories. If there are happy memories and now you are not happy, you feel sad. You say, oh, kya din the? I was in college, so full of masti, and now what I am doing? Working so hard, cooking rotis. What I am doing? I'm married, taking care of children. There was a happy time. That makes me sad. Any event that happens in the past makes us sad. This is a universal phenomenon. Okay, let us again close our eyes. Close your eyes and think of an event which makes you anxious, gives you stress, lots of planning. Okay, open your eyes. Now, where does this event exist? Where it is? Where you are planning and you are anxious and lots of stress. It comes to your mind when you think of that event. Huh? Is it gone? Anxious? It makes you anxious, the gone event. No, this event does not exist, but it exists in the future. You are planning for an event which is like after 2 days you're going to handle it, or you are planning for your finances which are going to be used after say 3 years, 4 years, or you are planning for your future. It gives you anxiety, it gives you stress. It's again a universal phenomenon. All 6 billion people, they think alike and then they get into stress. Now our psychologist says, our even Vedas, our old Vedas, they say, there is a Patanjali Yoga Sutra. There's a very beautiful sutra in our Vedas. Like if you read Vedas, you will be very happy that they have answer for everything. If you read, you have answer for every question you have in your mind. Now, our Vedas also, they, even psychologists, even psychiatrists, they say half, like more than 25 to 30% time of our lifetime, we spend thinking about our past and getting into sadness and depression and unhappiness. And more than 30% of our lifetime is being spent in planning for the future. So now again, I want you to close your eyes and think of a moment when you are really feeling happy. You are, when you don't say I felt happy, you always say I'm happy, I'm satisfied. Yeah. Where is this moment? This is a very obvious. This moment is right now or present. Whatever is going on, you feel good. Yes, you can open your eyes. So, you know, 1/3 of our lifetime is being spent in the present moment, whatever is happening right now. And we are not enjoying our life because 1/3 of our life is going here and there, here and there. You know, we are like a pendulum. How does pendulum work? Okay, I'll tell you. This is my phone. Pendulum is, if I, this is like this. My life is like this. Pendulum, if you touch the pendulum, no, I don't have a something which is as, okay, this is pendulum. You know, if I move, it will keep moving like this. Am I right? It will keep moving. I just need to touch my mind and it will start moving like a pendulum. It will either go in the past or future, past or future, past or future. When 3/4 of my 3/4 life, or say 2/3 of my life, is being spent in moving here and there, when will I be happy? When will I be happy? That is the question. I will be happy when I am in the present moment. But how to bring my mind in the present moment? That is the biggest question. Yes or no? Right? Now, there is another tendency. We will talk about it, how to bring that mind in the present. But there's another tendency of the mind that is very beautiful tendency. And that tendency is our mind always clings to the negative emotions. This is a habit of our mind. It clings to the negative emotion. It will never cling to the positive emotion. Like if somebody tells you, oh, Pooja, I love you so much. Pooja will say, is it? Are you sure? And if somebody, Pooja, I hate you. Pooja will say, oh, I always knew it. मुझे मालूम है. I'm sure you hate me because I could see from your actions and gestures and past impressions. I know you hate me. So our mind immediately clings to the negative, and it is very difficult for us to cling to the positive emotion. Now, again, I have a question for you. I keep asking questions, and I love asking questions, and I want everyone to answer also. There are lots of answers. I'll read it later also because it's the very long answers you are giving. I'll read it later. Now, the question is, someone in your office at your place of work gives you 9 compliments in a day. 9 compliments. Oh, Dilip, you are very handsome. Dilip, you are very intelligent, very hard worker. Oh, you manage things so well. I must appreciate you are so punctual. So Dilip sir is going to be very happy. Yes or no? Hmm? से पंजाबी में फूल के कुप्पा हो जाना, गुब्बारे की तरह फूल जाना. We expand as if we are a balloon and we think, oh my god, this person really knows me so well. My family doesn't even realize that I'm so good, but these people, when I come to place of work, they are so good and they make me so happy. I and you floating like a balloon. But by the end of the days, that same person found a mistake in your work and he started shouting, "What is this? I thought you are a very, very punctual and very, very energetic, but what have you done? Is this a work I assigned you? And this is not the way to do it." And then he abuses you, and you say, "Okay," and that person tells you, "Okay, now go home. Tomorrow we will talk." Now, when you go home, do you remember that 9 compliments he gave you, or you remember the negative emotion he threw at you? You tell me. Negative or positive? One negative will overshadow the all 9 compliments. Only negative. This is the tendency of our mind. And whole life, we got 9 options to be happy and we felt happy. And there was a one instance which made me unhappy, but my mind clung to that unhappiness. Life gave you many, many good options too. Many good opportunities to you, and you were happy once upon a time. But your life gave you one negative instance to be unhappy, and you got cling to that part. This is our tendency. So the whole game is with my mind. Whole game lies in my mind. Of course, there are other 4 more levels of my whole being is. When I say matter and energy, that energy has got 4 more levels. We will not certainly, we are not going to talk about it here. Like it's a very long, then I have to, you know, be with you for next 3-4 hours if we start talking about that. Because those 4 levels are beyond your mind, there is intellect, buddhi, vivek. That vivek makes your mind work. Everybody's mind is same, but everybody has got the vivek different, like different intelligence, different vivek, different discrimination, and it affects your mind. And who affects your intellect? There is a very beautiful layer in us that is called memory. We call it chit. In Vedas, it is called chit. Memory. It is exactly like a memory in your computer or memory in your phone. That memory makes our intellect works, and our intellect dominates our mind. And beyond memory, there is a very beautiful layer that is called aham. Aham means ego. Ego is not a right word, but still there's no English word for aham. Aham means uh, oh, I am so educated. Oh, my people know me so well. Oh, I'm so famous. Oh, I'm not famous, or I am not worth of anything. Oh, I speak so well. Oh, I have no idea how to speak. Anything which any quality you relate with your own self, and then you boast of, and you say, "Oh, I'm so shy. I have no idea how to talk to people." This is also you think is a quality. In our villages, when they look for marriage for girls for marriage, they say, "Girl, ladki bolti nahi hai." This is a very good quality, which is a bad quality otherwise in urbanized areas. So, same quality it is treated so well in some different parts of the world. It is treated so badly in different parts of the world. So, this is aham. When you cling to your own bad or right or wrong things. And then beyond that is your consciousness. This is purest form of energy. And that consciousness has a body, has a mind. Then you say, me, mera, my body, my mind, my memory, my ego, my name, my body, my clothes, my hair. Who is my? That consciousness. But here we are not going to talk about it because it's a very it will go very deep. So we'll come back to our mind. So mind has got lots of influence of your memory, your ego, and your intellect. But how to handle my mind. Simply, if I say how to handle my mind. Now, there is another scenario. Now, we'll keep it our mind here, then we'll come back to it. There's another scenario. Again, I have a question. What does your management, like wherever you work, what does your management expect from you? क्या सोचते हैं? What do they think that? Hmm? What does your management? Okay, let us speak very truthfully. What do they expect from you? If you are working in a company, or some is working with me, or some subordinate, or my colleague, or wherever I am a boss, what do I expect from that person? Tell me. 100% results. Very nice. But how? Results without questioning, work as their wish. Stick to deadlines. Perfect. More results in less time. This is the agenda of every management all over the world. If you get a buy at your place, a helper at your place, she comes for 1 hour, you want that 1 hour to be very productive. Yes or no? So everyone on this earth wants you to give results in lesser time. Less time, more work. Less time, more. Now you tell me, can you increase the time? You have only 8, 9, 10 hours at your place of work. Can you increase the time? Only donkeys, they spend lots of time in the offices and work like bats. No smart person will do that. Yes? If you have to spend more time to give more results, it's not a good idea. Every day you cannot spend more time with more results, because they will expect more and more results. One day you work for 10 hours, give you good results, and next day they expect more results from you. They say, oh, Pooja, she can handle anything, give this work to her. Right? Now there is, you cannot decrease or increase the work, you cannot decrease or increase the timings. What you can do? What you can do? Smart work. How? How? You need two things. Okay, if you are a very intelligent person, very intelligent, and you really know how to do smart work. Okay, plan, execute, but with the help of only mind will work? No, you will need energy in your body. If you have a headache in your body, if your digestive system is not right, if your energy levels are low, you are feeling lazy, you are feeling sleepy, but you have lots of plans in our mind. Is it possible? You tell me, is it possible? No. So to handle anything on this earth, you need two things. You need energy in your body, and then you need a mind which does not doubt, which does not cling to negativity, and it is always in the present moment. This mind is called P2 mind. P2 mind is positive mind and present moment mind. Positive mind, present moment. This is called P2. Always remember, mind has to be P2 and the body has to be energetic. Then only you are going to be successful in life. If you think by meditating or by pranayam, you will train your mind, but if you forget about your body is an instrument. How many softwares you have in your laptop, and your hardware is also working very nicely, but your monitor is gone. Your keyboard is not working right. What will you do? Yes or no? So there is body and there is mind. Now this is all, now we have a third dimension in between body and mind. That's very interesting. A very beautiful dimension in between body and mind. Now, again, I have a question. Only actually 10, 15, 20 people are listening very attentively because they are chatting and they have their videos on. So rest are must be lying on the bed with a pillow and say, oh, what a nice talk. I'm having tea with pakoras plus idli sambar plus I'm listening to talk without videos on. This is the best thing I can. Yes or no? So if you really want to be attentive, you can put on your videos. No, madam. Yes. Okay, now there is a third dimension. I have a question. When you are very angry, if you are not angry, just act that you are very angry and you are, throwing things and you put on your specs and then remove it, put on the specs. This is how we get angry, no? And limit tie shoes. Okay, we are listening to you. Yes, yes, I know you are listening. Now, whenever you are very angry, or you are very excited, or you are very anxious, and you have no idea, lots of guests are coming, and you have no idea what to do, or there's so much work pressure, and boss is calling you here, your work is not finished. How does your breath work? You tell me. When you are very angry, how does your breath work? Tell me, how does your breath work? एक वर्ड लिखना है. Short and
Short and
fast.
fast.
Yes. Oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
इसको
Ma'am, at
repeat.
the time, repeat. Ma'am, at that time, my mind is off. When so many works at the time, at that time, my mind just off. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
sit down, yeah, and
इसको
just
इसको वो कर दीजिए.
इसको वो कर दीजिए.
म्यूट कर लेते थोड़ी देर के लिए.
Mute
म्यूट
कर लेते
करें.
थोड़ा.
हाँ. Now, short and fast. Now, if you are very happy, you are sitting with someone whom you really love, eating popcorns, watching a movie, and in between you tell the person, oh, how much I love you. You are my darling. How does your breath work that time? Huh? How does your breath work when you're very relaxed? You're sitting with someone whom you really love. Your breath is, your breath is very long, very long. You always say, oh, how much I love you. You take a deep breath and then you speak. And when you are talking to your own child, you say, oh my God, you're so cute. Is it because you take a deep breath and then you speak? And you never say, oh, how much I hate you. You say, I hate you. Because your breath is very fast. Right? So that means whatever is happening in my body, in my mind, it is reciprocating in my breath. So it is my mind and my breath has a great link. It is depending on each other. And whenever your breath is fast or slow, your body reacts accordingly. When you're angry, your hands are moving like this, or your body is shaking, or your head is shaking, or if you are not very good at, moving your hand, then you start shaking your legs. Yes or no? That means whatever is happening in mind is happening in our body, and it is showing the reaction in the mind, breath, and body. So breath, body, and mind, they are very closely related. They are close friends. And whatever happens in my body, it will happen in my, it will give results in my breath, and then it will show result in my mind. So when we say, I want to be happy, I want to be successful, I want to do more work in less time, I want to be result oriented, I I don't want to be excited, I don't want to be anxious, I don't want to be stressful, then that means I have to take care of my body, breath, and mind. Body, breath, and mind in combination. Here, the Bhagavad Gita talks about yoga. They say this is yoga. What is yoga? Yoga is not asanas. We are hugely mistaken that yoga is an asana or is an exercise. Yoga is means addition. Yoga means in Hindi and in Sanskrit both. योग means addition. 2 + 2 का योग हम बोलते हैं 2 + 2 का योग. This is called yog. Yog means, and the when Bhagavad Gita says yog means body, breath, mind, intellect, memory, ego, you. Acting and reacting as a one. Or synchronization of all 7 levels. Body, breath, mind, intellect, memory, ego, and you. And mainly for a normal person, body, breath, and mind. Your mind says, I want to have pizza. Or your body says, I want to have pizza, because you have seen someone eating pizza and you, okay, today, right? But your mind says, no, you should not have pizza. It will make you fat. And then you get very excited, but you says, okay, keep aside my vivek or intellect or memory, whatever. I don't want to listen to my mind right now. I will eat pizza. Yes. Whenever our mind, intellect, memory, body, breath, they do not work with a focus they don't work together, we get stress. So yoga means having all 7 levels working at a time, and they think alike. You have few family members and 3 or 4 family members at home, and everybody has a different point of view. You tend to fight. When you tend to fight, you get stress. So in our whole being, the whole system, if it does not work together and they don't work in synchronization, you are bound to get stress. So when you work on your breath, that means you work on your mind and you work on your body. Understood? If you work on your breath, like your breath is the link between body and mind, and your breath, either it is long and relaxed or it is short, but when you know how to breathe, how to handle my breath, you know how to handle your body and how to handle your mind. You know both. When I, around say 30 years back, when I did not know how to do yoga and I have no idea how to meditate, how to do pranayam, I have no idea about the breath, 100 of problems in my body used to be there. Every third, fourth day, I used to go to a doctor, either for a migraine or for bones problem, or my so much problem in my joints, and lack of sleep. Digestive system is very poor. Why? I have no idea. The day I started doing yoga is not an exercise, I tell you. Yoga has got eight parts. Yoga also teaches us how to eat well, how to be with the prakriti, how to be natural, how to eat natural, how to live natural. Then yoga is also asanas. Asanas are fourth part of that. And then pranayam is also part of the yoga. And then meditation is also part of the yoga. And last part of the yoga, culmination of everything is samadhi. When you know seven, when you follow seven parts or seven layers of yoga, then last part is the samadhi. And when you know all eight parts systematically, step by step, you are bound to be happy, relaxed, peaceful, healthy, intelligent, because your vivek, your intelligence, your intellect depends whatever is happening in your mind. And if your intellect is okay, you know what to put in your memory and what not to get into your memory. Like if you cling to negative emotions, they are bound to go into the memory. You are, if you have a store in the house, whatever you store in the house, whatever is broken in the drawing room, whatever is broken in the bedroom, you will put in the store. Okay, I will see later on. But you have so many negative memories in your memory, so many negative emotions in your memory, that they keep erupting, they keep coming out, they keep um, hammering your intellect, and intellect hammers your body, and it weakens your breath, and then it weakens your body. So everything is works simultaneously. So the answer for all your problem is learning yoga, learning pranayama, learning few asanas, learning how to live naturally, how to eat naturally, how to sleep well. Yes. So the answer is the eight. If you have ever heard about Patanjali Maharishi, around 7,000 years back, he wrote Patanjali Yoga Sutra, where he told all about densities of mind, all about yogasanas. And he developed all the yogasanas, hundreds of yogasanas he developed, which can influence our mind, influence our memories. That is why the asan part has become very popular, but we have forgotten that only asanas will not work. You need to learn all every the three or eight, all eight parts of it. This is called ashtang asan, ashtang yoga. Ashtang means eight level yoga, right? So you have any question? Because this is what we teach in Art of Living courses. Whatever Art of Living courses we teach the eight levels of this yoga only. This is all Art of Living courses are based on this. So if you ever get a chance, you can like almost every day I take courses. I had a course in the morning 6 to 8. Then I have a course in the evening also. All weekends we have courses. So whenever you feel like, if you think right, that spending 8 hours of your lifetime, like 4 days, 2 hours every day, 8 hours of your lifetime out of that 80 hours is worth spending online, then you are really welcome. You can always contact me. Okay. So if you have any question regarding the talk, you can ask. Or otherwise, we will go for meditation. Would you like to have meditation? Huh? Okay, we'll go for meditation. But first, if you have any questions regarding the talk, and you can ask anything. Any question? आप बोल सकते हैं, you can speak, and you can write down. How to control stress in office, man? You have to be very aware of your breath. We teach a very simple technique of breathing. And if you take that breathing process in the morning for, say, 5 to 6 minutes, only 22 breaths. This is called Ujjayi breath. If you take 22 breaths of that system, with that system, whole day, rest of 24 hours, your mind is very cool. You feel, you get a very great feel good factor in your whole being. If your mind is cool, body is healthy, no stress. Look, stress is in the mind. You told me, no? Stress is in the mind. It is not in the surroundings. It is not with people. It is you who has no idea how to, like, you invite stress, yeah, you have no idea you are inviting stress. So learn. I'll give you my phone number, and you people can uh, save my phone number as Art of Living Sumedha Talwar, Art of Living, and you can contact me WhatsApp, like message. You give me message. Don't call me, because it is not possible to take calls. So I'm happy to answer back in WhatsApp messages. Really happy. Okay, right? So handle stress if you handle your breath. There is a very beautiful caption of Art of Living: know breath, know your breath, and know your life. The moment you handle your breath, you know your breath. Is WhatsApp message okay? Yes, WhatsApp message is just perfect. At the end of the day, say whenever I'm free, I always answer back. Always answer back. Right? How to breathe? If you can give an example, I mean, it will take say around 30 to 40 minutes for me to teach you, because it's very technical. But once you learn, there are two things. One we teach breathing process, and another we teach Sudarshan Kriya. If you must have heard about it, Sudarshan Kriya is a very, very famous breathing process. This is also has been mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, and that is called Yogic Kriya. That Yogic Kriya you can learn, and it takes around 15 minutes to do. But teaching means we need 4 days, 2 2 hour sessions, total eight hours in 4 days. And the morning session is 6 to 8, evening. Like we are taking session on next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And if you are interested, you can always join. We have two sessions, morning 6 to 8, or if you are not a early riser, then you can have a 5 to 7 evening session. When we follow 3 weeks, we follow a week, then again back to same old life. How to make it regular? Look, if I teach you how to eat well, and if a doctor gives you a medicine and tell you to eat it for next 30 days, and you eat it for 2 days, who is at wrong, doctor or patient? If I tell you to breathe 22 times in the morning for only 8 minutes, and if you don't do that, and rest of the 24 hours you're stressful. So we always tell people, no, but we have every day also, like we have follow-up sessions every day for 1 hour, every day, rest of your life. We have online session, and every Sunday we have sessions, longer sessions. So we will just catch hold of you and then make you do things. We are very responsible people. We have 22,000 teachers all over the world, and almost 35 million people have been practicing or have learned Sudarshan Kriya. Is it harmful to breathe with mouth? Yes, it is. I mean, yes, it is very harmful, and it is very unhealthy. Right? So you have no questions?
Madam, a small question.
Ma'am, does manifestation work? Yes, I have seen many videos of on YouTube. Yes, manifestation work. There is a formula that is called I-A-M. I am. I-A-M. I am. What is I? Intention. A, attention. M, manifestation. If you have pure intentions in doing something and you start putting attention on it, it will manifest. That's all. It may take a little longer time or may take a short time. You never know. Depends how much strong intention you have and how much attention you are putting with wholeheartedly. It will manifest. This is called I am. मैं हूँ. Intention, attention, and manifestation. Uh, how to overcome anxiety because of this pandemic? A big stress I'm going through as I lost two family members within a span of 1 month. Yes. Look, it's not a news story. If I take courses of say 30 people every weekend, so I get this question from at least 20 out of 30. I have a very important thing to tell you if you listen very attentively. All these 10 years from 2019 December to 2029 31st of December, 10-year span is going to be very, very um, alarming for the Mother Earth. This is called a transition time. Now, transition time is, we have four yugas, Kal Yuga and Satyug and Dwapar Yuga. Now, Kal Yuga is going to be over and Satyug is going to take over. But this transition time means like if you have an office and lots of staff is being changed and the has changed and the new system are being introduced at your place of work, so there will lots of changes. Transition will be there. If you are intelligent enough to flow with the system, you will be winner. If you resist that system, you will be out. This is a transition time. Nature wants you to help yourself. That is why we are telling people to meditate, to do yoga, to listen to Bhagavad Gita. This is the time to get back to your roots, to your nature. So we are losing people, we are losing our health, we are very stressful. So meditate, meditate, meditate. We have free meditation sessions also every day, 5 o'clock. If you are, I will send you a link. I will send a link to Dileepji, and Dileepji can send you the link. That is a link for free meditation sessions. Monday onwards, like we had a session till yesterday, but now I am having this is called advanced meditation program. People who have done level 1, but now they want to get into very, very deep, long meditations. We are starting that session tomorrow morning, so I don't have time for that 5 o'clock session, but Monday onwards, we are giving you free meditation sessions every day with a small talk of 45-minute session total, 5 to 6:45. Join that session, meditate every day, and ask questions about meditation and be restful, right? At times we talk about food, at times we talk how to do pranayams, like different things every day. So always I will send you a link. Just join that group and meditate every day. Okay? Madam, how to, when anyone asks you that we can change karma through manifesting, what you will say, ma'am? Okay? Now, if your karma is to get an arrow on your head, it is written somewhere, and your astrologer also tell you that you are going to get an arrow next day. Tomorrow you are going to get an arrow and it is going to hurt you badly. And if you wear a cap, strong hat of meditation, yoga, then arrow will come, it will take off your hat and save your head. If we meditate, if we do some yoga, if we live naturally, we are closer to our Mother Earth. We behave the way our Mother Earth wants us to be, or the way our Prakriti wants us to be. Karmas will happen, but they will not hurt us badly. They will come and then they will move on because we have a protection of yoga, meditation, and everything. Right? Karmas will happen. It will take, but they will not hurt you. Ma'am, how to speak with nose by controlling the breathing in order to decrease the voice to get straight? I have no idea. This is not part of my curriculum or yogasan, like I have to speak. But we have I teach, I train lots of people to become art of living teachers. So I give them training, and there in the training, I teach them how to speak, how to behave, how to stand straight, what type of clothes you need to wear, how to present yourself, that how well your communication skills should be. But there, if you come, you are welcome. I will teach you how to speak from nose also. I can try anything for coming out of this. Send the link. Yes, meditation. I will send the link to Dilip Ji, and Dilip Ji can send you the link. You can join meditation. At times we do some yajna for 10-15 minutes, and then we meditate. We learn how to do yajna. You know, yajna, homa, we have our whole environment is full of viruses and bacteria. If you do a little bit, 10-15 minutes of yoga at home, it will make your environment healthier, uh, better. So we at times, whatever, like we do different things at 5 p.m. Yeah. This all free, but we teach you different things. How to control irritating people. You cannot control anybody. You have to educate yourself. You cannot control people. This word is not in your hands. Okay? Is this the end of the Kali Yuga and start of Dwapar Yuga? People are getting intellectual and betting out ignorance, but in the name of desire and passion, they weave a Maya around them again. It seems like ignorance. Yes, it is a end of the Kali Yuga. I tell you, it is a transition time of 400 years. After 400 years, we are going to enter not into Dwapar Yuga, we are going to enter into Satyuga. But our soul will come back. If we start now, we will come back as a right person, because when Krishna was there, both the types of people came in Dwapar Yuga. Both types of people, bad and good and evil, both. In Ramchandra time, when he came, both types of people came, Devta and Rakshas. So, which category you want to be in? So, let us start learning now. Learn meditation, learn yoga, learn Bhagavad Gita. If you don't want to read Bhagavad Gita, no issue. In our sessions, we teach you everything, step by step, step by step. We take you there, right? Is that meditation will help us? Yes, meditation makes your mind very clear. It makes your intellect sharper. It cleans your memory. It uh, makes you it makes your perception very clear, right? So today, what will we do? We will do only 10-15 minutes small meditation, very small. How to define Kali Yuga? Kali Yuga means more negative, more corruption, more lies, less of truth. Eating habits are wrong. Lifestyles are not according to Prakriti. People have forgotten Vedas. People have forgotten the good ever writing. People are more into wealth, materialism. Maya, Jal is totally there. People are measuring their relations with the help of only wealth. They have no idea what is wrong, what is right. This is Kali Yuga. I tried few times, but concentration was a big issue. Look, meditation is a very beautiful thing, and you cannot learn in one day. It has taken me. There is a very beautiful course in Art of Living, which is a very small course of 1.5 hours, where we teach you techniques of meditation. A very beautiful meditation techniques where you can sit alone and meditate. So once you enter this beautiful world of Art of Living, you will be learning anything on this earth. You can learn Vedas, you can learn chantings, homas, yajna, breathing exercises, yoga, ashtanga yoga, everything. Same old memories are overplaying. They do, because between memory and mind there is intellect. If intellect is not working, the instrument is not working properly, the memories will come to your mind. They bypass the intellect. Your intellect has no idea what to get out of your memories. Like in your store at home, you have no idea what to take out from your cupboard if you have no buddhi. You need samajhdari buddhi to handle the store of your house, to handle the locker of your or the bank account. So you need to learn. You have to sharpen your intellect. So how to go ahead? First you start learning meditation from me. It's simple. Know this thing. Then slowly, if you want, you can get into an Art of Living course where you are taught everything. Huh? Right? With Kalki Avatar, Vishnu Avatar come now to finish it out, or what makes the change? Yes, he will come, but it will take some time. Once everyone on this earth has to be very spiritual to welcome the Kalki Avatar. The nature is trying hard to make us aware that wealth is not everything. Have you seen for last 1.5 year you have not used your accounts or money or clothes or shoes or jewelry? This is what Prakriti is trying to tell you, that this is of no use. Prakriti wants us to meditate, wants us to be more spiritual, more natural, more Prakritic, right? It wants us to change our eating habits, sleeping habits, living styles. So once we, all of us on this earth, know how to do it, then we can welcome the great guest of Kalki Avatar. It will take a few more years. What is the food for soul? Meditation, right? Okay, so we'll do meditation, a small meditation. Uh, and then if you have any more questions, you can always message me. I can write my phone number. Okay, you can always feed this number, but don't call me. Always message me. Huh? I'll be able to handle it better. Okay, for meditation, what you have to do, you have to remove your shoes if you really want to meditate. How many of you would like to meditate? Only very serious people who are very sensible and serious and really want to meditate. Tell me, how many of you would like to do?
Yes, ma'am. I'm interested.
Okay. Okay, then what you can do is remove your shoes, sit in a very comfortable position. You can sit on your bed, sit on your chair. You can sit cross-legged, or you can sit on a chair like I am sitting. You are part of even Hemant. Oh, that's nice. So, and what you have to do is keep your spine straight. That's all. There are only two things. Keep your spine straight and sit on your bed cross-legged or on the chair with your feet on floor, but no shoes. And if you are wearing a leather belt, remove it. If you are wearing something leather on your wrist, remove it. If you are wearing some chunni or which is obstructing this part, you can remove it, right? So let us sit comfortably, eyes closed. Keep your back straight. This is one more humble request to uh, keep your phone silent. अपना फोन उठाएं, यहाँ पर इसको silent कर दें. Keep your phones on silent only for 10 minutes, right? If you're a serious meditator. Take a long, deep breath in and slowly breathe out. Keep your hands on your lap or on your knees, facing sky. Without much effort, become aware of your surroundings. आसपास के वातावरण के प्रति सजग हो जाएं. Whatever noises you can hear the noises attentively. Someone talking, fan going on, noise of some traffic, accept all the noises. Take a long, deep breath in and slowly breathe out. Become aware of your body. Keep your attention on your feet. अपने पैरों पर ध्यान ले जाएं. Relax your legs. टांगों को विश्राम करने दें। Relax your stomach. If you feel stress in your chest, let it go. Become aware of your right arm, left arm, fingers of your hands. Relax them. Become aware of your spine. रीढ़ की हड्डी के प्रति सजग हो जाएं। नेक, अपनी गर्दन ढीली कर दें। Become aware of your shoulders.
सर दूसरा क्या है कि एक लड़का है राम किशन करके, उसने आपको भी शायद मेल किया है और दीपक सर आपको भी शायद उसने मेल किया है। उसने जो असाइनमेंट है सर वो गलत अपलोड की थी, तो उसका भी जो है सर उसने जो है मैसेज हमारे को किया है एमएस के ऊपर।
म्यूट कर दीजिए।
हमारा असाइनमेंट चेक कर दीजिए।
म्यूट कर दीजिए। Relax your whole body. Take a long deep breath in and slowly breathe out. Become aware of your breath. सांस के प्रति सजग हो जाएं। When you breathe in, your whole body gets expanded. When you breathe out, your body gets contracted. Watch this phenomenon. Keep breathing. Take a long breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your thoughts. अपने विचारों के प्रति सजग हो जाएं। Whatever thoughts are coming to you, become aware of it. good thoughts or bad thoughts. Accept all the thoughts. जो भी विचार आ रहे हो स्वीकार कर ले. Take a long deep breath in and slowly breathe out. Become aware of your feelings. Having good feelings about someone or wrong feelings. Just be with them. Accept all the feelings. Take a long deep breath in and slowly breathe out. I am peace. I am happy. मैं शांत हूँ. मैं खुश हूँ. Again, take a long deep breath in and slowly breathe out. Become aware of your body. अपने शरीर पर ध्यान ले आए. Become aware of your surroundings. आसपास के वातावरण पर ध्यान ले जाए. And whenever you feel comfortable, you can open your eyes. जब भी आपका मन चाहे आंखें खोल सकते हैं. Whenever you feel comfortable, you can open your eyes. You know how much time you meditated? बहुत ज़्यादा डिस्टर्बेंस था बीच में, लेकिन उसके बावजूद you have meditated for 14 minutes. 14 मिनट आप लोगों ने करा है इसमें. So actually this Google Meet is not very user friendly. मैं तो Zoom पे लेती हूँ. Zoom का कंट्रोल बहुत अच्छे से होता है. Like no one can speak like this, or it's a very beautiful controls we have in Zoom. So no issue. I just wanted to give you a glimpse. So you all are welcome to attend our free meditation sessions. Monday onwards. I'll add you in the group if you send me your message. Okay? Anything else, sir? Dilip sir? Anything else?
No, it's okay. And if anybody participant want to discuss or any question, he or she is welcome.
Nice. So you people had a glimpse of knowing yourself, spirituality. This is spirituality. Spirituality means knowing yourself. Spirituality is very different from religion. Religion means um, following certain instructions from our day-to-day activities. Okay, you have to go to mandir, you have to do this. But spirituality means knowing yourself. So it is the right time to know yourself. So explore yourself, explore your mind, explore your body, explore your breath, and explore your soul. Okay, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a nice session.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.